All right, folks, won't keep you waiting any longer than we have to. Welcome along on a Tuesday afternoon, I think. I had to check the calendar to prepare for this one. Thursday, our standard day. But as you'll know, we're here ahead of schedule for our auction today in what we often commonly call a brought forward auction. Our sellers today receiving an offer that they've deemed as acceptable, subject to no bidding at today's auction. So I do welcome you along. I wish you all the very best, whether you're here as our sellers, as buyers, or those sitting with the offer in hand, hoping that that's the deal that goes across the line today. Well, it won't be too long before we find out. By way of introductions, nice and quickly for you, Jordan Siverite's my name, simply here to facilitate proceedings this afternoon. You'll see Daniel Dickerson over here. He's our marketing extraordinaire on this one, Daniel and Rachel. And of course, Robin, to my left, over here is controlling all of the technology in the auction room. Those are the names and faces that are helping you on that journey to home ownership today. Now, nice and clearly, if you are going to place bids today, we need to make sure we're all on the same page with that. And by bidding, you acknowledge that you've completed your homework, you've done your due diligence. You've received one of those. That's the REA's buying and selling guide. They're available outside if you'd like another little last-minute perusal, but perhaps the time is running out there. And of course, by bidding today, you agree to the terms dictated in the conditions of sale. That's the most important document that we work to in the auction room. That becomes the binding agreement once we bid and buy. Now, on the front page of that documentation is the conduct of auction. It's clause 2 onwards down the bottom, and it talks about basically the rules, the terms of engagement here. Now, nice and simply, there's not going to be any vendor bidding. You'll see that up there. There's no vendor bidding today, okay? I'll read the amount in which we're in contract for, and then I'll invite any bids above that level. You're welcome to place a bid of the increment of your choice. I'll suggest numbers perhaps, but happy to work with you at that point. But the property will be sold today, and if we receive further bidding, we will need to sign the documentation with our highest bidder. You'll do that immediately afterwards, and the payment of the deposit is due immediately as well, 10% unless you've got any variations signed prior. Now, I've raced through it all, but hopefully you've all got a pretty thorough understanding of how the next sort of 5-10 minutes, or if you keep bidding, it could be half an hour, it's up to you, but will play out. If there's any questions, this would be a good time to let me know. Otherwise, we'll take a look at the documentation for our property today. Wonderful. Okay, good. Well, we talk about our property, and well, it's our property, but it could become your property here at 1285 Papamoa Beach Road. And of course, with an address like that, you know how good the location is. It's a freehold estate. It's 615 square metres, more or less, of that fee simple terra firma. The record of title number containing all those details, it's SA 4A folio 1182. Now, you'll see a good list of chattels there, but you'll note that the fridge is as is. There's no vendor warranties on the fridge there. The settlement date, well, that's set down as 20 working days from the date of sale, or otherwise is mutually agreed, but again, if you've got any variations signed prior to bidding, those will apply to you. And further terms of sale, it's quite lengthy, so I'll summarise it as best I can for you, but it's acknowledged by the parties the vendors enter into this agreement as executor for the estate. Any liability for the vendor is limited to the assets held by them. General conditions 9.1 and 9.3, 1, 5 and 6 are deleted from the contract. General condition 9.3 varied the extent any liability of the vendor under clause 9.37 is limited to any consent or waiver made by the vendor after the grant of probate. Any liability under clause 9.38 limited to the notice demand received by the vendor at that said date there. Now, of course, all the chattels, fixtures, fittings, etc. there, the purchaser accepts the property in their actual state and condition at time for settlement there, and you're happy that it is fit for purpose for you. And if the gas or electrical utilities have been disconnected, you'll need to rectify that as the new owner of the property. Now, the property, it's where family summers start. You've got that elevated home, the backyard, that's going to become your own cricket pitch, a campsite, or equally the playground, or in fact all of the above and more, and you're only minutes from those golden sands right there. You see them at the top of the photo. Inside, nice open plan, kitchen, dining, lounge. You can soak all day in that sunshine that comes right on through. You've got the windows framing it in all directions for you as well, the nice nice rolling lawn, the kind of space that just makes everyday living feel effortless and bright. And you can see that from our photos. They don't do it justice to the quality of living offered to you. Upstairs, you see those sea peeps that we saw. You've got generous bedrooms, flexibility for the family, for the guests, for the home office, should you wish to do so. And of course, the garaging, the off-street parking easily handles the boats, the boards, the beach toys. It's all there on offer for you. Good bones, endless potential. And of course, we haven't even talked about how close everything is for convenience. Okay, let you know now that our sellers are in contract at $865,000. Do have registrations of interest on the telephone, but either on the phone or here in the room. Would you like to improve on this? But we will be selling it away today at $865,000. Maybe a 5 out there if you like. Got you here, a 5 we go. And at $870, welcome in and good luck. At $870, and I put the call out there for a further increase. Do we go another 5 perhaps? But at $870, it's up the front. 80 now, good move. Strong position to put yourself in with a 10,000 rise. Do we try another 5? A 5 we go then at 885. At 885, what's the retort? And of course, offer it to the rest of you here, but up the front, 885 and 890, is it? Just clarify for me at 890. No, no problem. Got you here at 885. At 885, it's up the front. In 90 now, on 90 the bid, 890, offer it to you then. You know how good the location is. 900, squares it up, and a good man, good move, good bid. At 900,000 now, 905 or 10? 5. At 905 and we come back, do we call it 10? Sure, I'll give you an opportunity to think about it, but at 905 it sits in the second row. How about my interests on the phones? Haven't heard from you yet, but I call it to you at 905. Once and 6, the singular. Welcome and good luck here at 906, and I look back this way, give you that chance. And 10 now, at 910 the bid. Do we try another single? Or something stronger? The opportunity's there, you've got that beach lifestyle on offer. Opportunity awaits. But at 910 000, the bid over this side of the room. Call it away now, to bid now once. 11, 911. Won't make any jokes there, I think. We'll continue on. If someone could move us along steadily from there. But at 911, the bid this side. And 15, 915. I'll give you ample time to make these decisions. They're big decisions. They're important decisions. They're life-changing family decisions. But at 915, it's this way. First opportunity for you at 915,000. Second call, how about up the front? Are we sure? Another 1,000, even 500 if you like, puts you back in the lead. This side, I offer it to you. I double check, I triple check, but at 915 and 915 only. Second, third call at 915, absolutely sure. I've got your bests. Hammer goes up, a final opportunity then at 915,000. Sure, finished, done. Going. 20. Got you there at 920. Now don't worry, I'll give you just as much time to make that decision. I'm not booked for dinner till 6, so I'm not too out of here in a rush. 22,500, 2.5. And we stand, we look around the room, we give you that opportunity. But at 22,500, over that 9, it's this way. Once call. Second chance. Third, anything better. Now's the time to let me know. Absolutely sure. You've said no before, so I've got a triple, quadruple check. I'd hate to miss you there, but at 922 and 5, first, second, third, final chance. Hammer goes up. Selling. Sold. Congratulations to our new purchasers. To my underbidders, commiserations, but I do appreciate your participation. To the rest of you for coming out, thanks for doing so, and stay warm, stay dry out there. We'll see you next time.